Hello there, my name is Aitken from Masters Academy Plymouth. I'm one of the kickboxing coaches here. I'll be doing a video today for the Warrior Collective on magnification of angles. I'm going to be doing this today with my assistant Gary. Now, magnification of angles basically comes from the concept of you don't want to stay directly in front of your partner, okay? I used this one in one of my fights about 18 months ago. And it was basically to do with, I was fighting a Thai boxer and he was, pretty dangerous. He knocked his past couple of opponents out. When I had a chat with my coach, Tom Barlow, we were kind of discussing the method of how are we going to beat this guy, how are we going to kind of go about it. And one of the best suggestions that we came across was, don't stay directly in front of the person. So if I'm directly in front of Gary, in this area right here, he can hit me with everything I can hit him with. Okay, so maybe in some cases not the best thing. Ideally, if I can, I want to kind of step offline a little bit, gain a bit of an angle and gain a bit of an advantage. Okay, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to try and draw a reaction for him to step this way, and as he steps, I'm then going to increase my angle. So we're going to do this completely without throwing any shots whatsoever. I'm not so worried about guards. So if I tend to step across this way, taking out what he's going to throw, if he doesn't throw a thing, he's usually going to turn and face me, so he's going to pivot. So as I step across, he turns to face. As I step across, he'll turn and face. So what I'm going to try and do from this point in time is I'm going to try and create an angle, and as they turn, create another angle. So in super slow motion for me, Gary, as I step across to my left, as Gary then turns to face, I'm then going to try and shoot across right. Okay? So all I'm going to try and do here is as I step left, he goes right, and then as he turns again, I'm going to go again. And all I'm doing right here is I'm creating, stay there for me, a window of opportunity over here, and as he steps and turns again, a window of opportunity over here. So if you turn around for me, Gary, turn and face the other way. So all I do right here is as I step across to this side, he turns to face, I create an opportunity here, and as he turns to face, I create an opportunity over here. So you're kind of basically, every single time that I create an opportunity, I'm keeping myself, stay there for me, I'm keeping the weapons away from myself, I'm trying to keep the important part of myself, so my head and body, off that line, off this area right here, where I can be hit, and that's really, really important. Okay, so the sort of method that we're going to go at from doing this, jump across to the other side again one more time. The sort of method that we're going to go through doing this is we're going to start off with the safest method possible. Now, like anything, if I'm going to start using my legs to move somewhere else or do something, I want to blindfold, I want to put something, I want to mask, I want to put something in front of Gary's face or my partner's face or whoever my opponent is, I want to put something in front of them that stops them from seeing exactly what I'm trying to do. Best way to do this is obviously, well, most simple way to do this is just to use something like a jab. The better way to kind of apply that jab is then to telegraph it, to make it obvious. So I want to gain an obvious reaction. So I'm not going to throw my perfect jab with my elbow in real tight and good hip mechanics and things like that. I'm going to throw it like with a big shoulder kind of bump or shut from it, because I want a reaction. I want to draw a reaction from that. And then I step with it. Sorry, I just punched you in the face. And then I step with it. Okay, so I can step directly offline with it, or I can step to the other side with it, okay? And that's kind of what I'm going to be going for right there. So I'm going to step offline right here, and the time it takes for Gary to turn is my chance to then follow up with a strike. So in slow motion, if I step offline right here, as he turns, that's my next opportunity to throw a strike. And then the second I finish, I want to move off again. So the idea is I want to try and start offline and finish offline, before and after each shot. If I keep that kind of concept in my head, I want to start over here, so boom, as he turns to face, and I go boom, as he turns to face, I go boom, as he turns to face, I go boom, as he turns to face, I go boom, and it kind of goes on like that, and a kind of constant rally. And that's in an ideal world. However, things don't obviously run that smoothly when you're kind of competing and when you're in a sparring scenario. So you kind of need to find a method of entry, should we say, for the first part. Okay, so we don't start around usually here. Usually start with a little bit of distance, obviously. Step back just a pace. Okay, so we start with a little bit of distance between us, okay? Now, for me to be able to kind of get in there and then sort of start unloading, I don't want to walk straight into Gary's range first where I can be hit and then start trying to move. I ideally want to try and create some sort of movement from out here. So one thing, little thing I can do is just a little kind of, if you imagine like SAQ style training for like football or something like that, I'm just going to kind of a little dive left, little dive left, little dive right, so 1, 2. Or another one I can do is slip my head and step my foot. So kind of 1, 2. So all I'm going to do right here And I want to create a reaction, so I'm going to be nice and light on my feet to begin with my partner, and I'm going to just do a little kind of 1, 2, and try and, as you see there, I just generated that small little reaction from Gary. At the same time as doing that, I'm obviously going to extend the shot out as well. It's going to be like 1, 2, but, and as you can see right here where I've ended up, I'm nice on the inside. And the best part about this position is, in comparison with myself, my partner Gary here, right here, has square feet, which means if I was to just push in right here, he's kind of a little bit off balance. Now this is an ideal position to be able to kind of unload from. If I'm going to unload square on, this is where his balance is, this is where his base is. This is where if I hit him with a shot which is maybe, you know, it's not a knockout shot or it's not anything special, but if I hit him with a good shot, he's still got a chance of kind of keeping his balance. If I shoot off over here a little bit, the shot doesn't have to be brilliant, but if it's good enough, it can set him back through his heels. It can either sit him down or it can stumble him backwards, and this is like a perfect opportunity to kind of claim a slip or claim something like that. So throw my hands in the air regardless of how it hit, you know, regardless of kind of if he kind of goes down or not. I want to claim that strike as if it was, you know, a strong strike of my own, even if it wasn't. So I'm going to kind of get that little reaction, boom, boom, and now I've got a good opportunity to throw a good strike, and as it hits him or whatever, it stays him back, it kind of makes me look stronger and in the eyes of the judges and things like that. So obviously if he did go down, yeah, hands go straight in the air, even if it wasn't kind of that shot that rocked him or knocked him out, which is important. So, real quick, all we're going to do right here is just a quick little recap, okay? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to start from out here. I dive left, dive right kind of thing right here, so boom, boom, I try and generate that kind of twitchy reaction from my partner. From here I'm going to fire out a shot and step offline. So I go boom as my partner turns to face, I strike again. As he turns to face, I strike again. And one thing you can kind of do is you can treat this as a live drill just to begin with. So just go one person go for 30 seconds, then the other person go for 30 seconds, so you can kind of drill it just like I am now. So I strike, turn to face, strike, turn to face, and play with all your different weapons. See what you can get away with, see what you can't get away with. Every fight is different. Every martial artist is different, so it's important that you experiment with what you can and can't do. And the next stage from that is to spar live with it. Now you're going to need one person in their more traditional kind of method, and one person sort of on the light on the toes method. Now that would be to begin with. If you want to create a more advanced version of that, I'd say once both people have mastered their light footwork, their good movement, I'd say then you put both of those people against each other, and it can result in some interest in sparring, definitely, especially when they're around the same weight and they're about the same speed of movement. It becomes a really, really technical battle of good movement, who moves where, what moves you can sort of play with, and realistically what you can do is when you get to a higher level with this, you can start bluffing. So instead of just going for my simple I dive left, I dive right, I can do like a kind of double dive left, or I can fake and then do nothing, fake and then do something, or fake and I can even stay on the center line, which is kind of almost going against what I said, but I fake to make Gary be the one that moves or tries to turn to face, so I fake I'm going this way, he turns to face, and I've already got this angle right here. Okay, so if I fake my movement that way one more time, I faked and Gary turns to face because he thinks I'm going that way, then I strike him here. So basically all I'm trying to do is create paranoid, almost like a paranoid opponent. Someone who realistically doesn't know what I'm going to do. All they know is that I'm not going to be directly in front of them. And that's kind of what we're trying to pull from this. Okay, so thank you very much. My name's Aitken from Masters Academy Plymouth. For more information, visit the Warrior Collective or www.mastersacademyplymouth.co.uk. Thank you.